Kino Grandstand Stadium. I'm John Perlman. Alongside of me, former Franklin Pierce standout and all-around soccer maverick, James Parsons. We're here to watch Arizona United take on FC Tucson for the first time ever in this 3:30-minute preseason tussle. James, how are you doing tonight?
Doing quite well, John. Thanks for having me. Really looking forward to getting behind the mic again with you and calling the game.
Well, a lot of new faces here, a lot of new names, and we're going to get you the starting line as quick as we can. This play started right here. And Nick Edgington looking to play back. And Marcus Dickerson clears wildly out of bounds. For FC Tucson, very quickly, starting lap. In goal, Marcus Dickerson. At the right back, Connor Bevins. Left center back, Nick Edgington. Right center back, Yuri Kulikov. Left back is Sean Keith. Your defensive center midfielder is Clayton Zellin. Carlos Lara will be playing right midfield for you. Your left midfielder will be Per Forgard. Your attacking midfielder will be Billy O'Dwyer. And Minvu and Edgar Reyna up top. Outside the Las Vegas, Nevada native. Slips a good ball into Minvu, but cut out easily. We're going to get all the numbers right for you with the Arizona United starting lineup. At goal, Trey Mitchell. Nick Costa will be playing the left back. Brock Ranger and Tommy Williams will be your two center backs. Okay? And the right back, I'm going to identify as quickly as I can find out who it is. In the center midfield, you can have Spencer Johnson and Gibson Bardsley, along with attacking midfielder Chiva Cuevas. Up top in the 9th position, Schwartz Jr. We got at right attacking mid, Sam Garza, and left attacking mid is going to be looks like Bardsley's playing up high, so we're going to switch that out as soon as we can figure that out. Pass. Away halfway to Edgington, only as far as Yuri Kulikov. Plays Helen, looks like he got fouled, but Forgard looks to play in. Edgar Reyna returns quickly. Giving it away quickly. Edgington knocks it wide. Good ball to Carlos Lara, who handles it well. Carlos Lara, the UNLV running Rebel native. And it's an early throw to Minvu. This is an early opportunity for FC Tucson. Vu cuts back, though. Not liking his numbers there.
FC Tucson a bit slow to get out of the back, John.
Absolutely, it's been a slow start, but it's an early cross opportunity.
Oh!
Oh, and from the ground in seated position, the ball falls to Edgar Reyna. And if Reyna hadn't been on the ground there, James, I'm assuming that would have been an easy tap-in.
Yeah, he made a very good run to that post, and
away from the goalkeeper, Trey Mitchell. Keith challenges. I think that's off Gibson Bardsley, but the throw is given to Phoenix United. Quick throw by Chiva Cuevas. Swartz Jr. tries to lay off, but quickly picked out there by Billy O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer will be playing the left central midfielder. I apologize for my error on that. And Dickerson looking a little bit unsteady to start with. Second ball, he's put out of touch, James.
yeah, he does look a bit shaky.
Dickerson's been here for about a week now and was tremendous in the loss to New England Revolution, a 45-minute 1-0 loss where he made a number of excellent saves. He's going to have to play a big part in this game tonight for FC Tucson. Throwing for Nick Costa. Nick Costa came in here actually in preseason as an FC Tucson man. Well, was invited into preseason with Arizona United after a strong performance against the Portland Timbers as well as against Sporting Kansas City.
Very good attempt at a switch of play, John, by Arizona.
Sean Keith trying to dribble out of trouble and just basically ends up tackling Gilbert Bardsley. Gibson Bardsley, excuse me. An early ball, Schwarzendruber probing. Going to play wide. And a good firm shot, but straight at Dickerson. Looks like Daniel Antonez is playing as one of the central midfielders. And as soon as I can identify number 28, I'm going to get that out to you. That's Damian Rosales. Rosales, a solid game from him against Swope Park in their 0-0 draw last Saturday. A good ball there from Cuevas. Cuevas to Bardsley against Kulikov, the big Russian. And the line is held well there by Nick Edgington. Offsides, and Dickerson will put this one back into play. Perfect weather, James. I mean, can we at least say that you could not have a better day to play soccer?
No, the weather's excellent today, John. A little bit of wind before at the preseason, before kickoff, but it's pretty much stopped, and it is a wonderful
Holgerson
day.
drives forward, and for the third time, out of bounds.
Yeah, Dickerson's going to want to work on his footwork. That's a possession lost right there, John.
Rick Shantz, I think, is probably more stunned than anything else at this point, than angry, because Dickerson didn't have any of these issues in the earlier games. And I'm sure it'll get straightened out pretty quickly. Again, early nerves, a lot of intensity here. We don't need to say Phoenix and Tucson, rivals naturally based on the I-10 and all the other things that go on. Tucson, Phoenix is the smaller counterpart here, looking to have another special result here, just like the one they had against Phoenix FC in the 2013 Open Cup. It was a 2-1 victory that spurred them on to a third-round match. After defeating the San Antonio Scorpions, they went all the way to the third round to play the Houston Dynamo. And that was an exciting time here, so I'm sure the FC Tucson fans are hoping that'll happen. Brock Ranger and Tommy Williams looking to swing the ball around. And Williams drives it forward. Held ball by Schwarzendruber, laid off. A good step there by Clayton Zellen. Zellen, the former Arizona United man and Phoenix FC man, playing today in that DCM role. Garza controls. Back to Williams. Williams skips all the way over to Rosales, who mishandles it, and O'Dwyer presses. Along with Vu, doesn't want to let him out, but
Does a very good job getting out of trouble there.
yeah, looked like Sean Keith on the left back was deciding whether to press there or not. Probably made the wise decision to stay with his man. Costa dribbling. The former New York Cosmos man. And a good win there by Per Forgard, but gives it away right away. Looking for a foul that wasn't there. The ball slipped through too hard for Gibson Bardsley. Holgerson finds Clayton Zellen in that DCM role. Zellen will come in and pick up that ball in this diamond that FC Tucson's playing. Carlos Lara turns. Good job of playing there. A little too firm there on the one touch from Connor Bevins. And right back, and Bevins will have to recover quickly. Bardsley with a lot of space here. Plays behind Sean Keith. Salas does a good job to control it. Left-footed service, floats it up. A good strong header there by Garza. Handled easily, though, by Marcus Dickerson.
Yeah, service was a good idea to the back post, John, just a little bit too lofted. Couldn't really get too much power on it.
Lara fouled there by Antonez. O'Dwyer controls. Finds Lara. Bevins a good ball in here to Vu. Vu is the danger man. Very quick, the former Rochester Rhino man. Clip there coming off ACL surgery. Going to play in Vietnam, getting some games in before he plays in Vietnam. And the article, although I couldn't read it in Vietnamese news, was touting him as the next lean to win. Those are big shoes to fill, James, aren't they?
They are. They are.
Dickerson, third time's the charm here, and finds Bevan's feet. Stolen away, and Nick Costa's off to the races. Ball's in Chiva Cuevas. And Cuevas is going to want that one back.
Yeah, a lot of space for Cuevas there on the top of the box.
Cuevas
probably wishes he got it on goal.
Cuevas deadly on the free kick. Certainly I thought that would be on frame. Put in a good shift against the second half against Swope Park Rangers. And again, we all know the Arizona United's tinkering with the lineup here, so we'll probably see different players in the 330s. And so far, so good on this one, James. Dickerson drives forward and has success with this one. Food challenges. And second ball, Chiva Cuevas all the way wide to Damian Rosales. The quick dominion of Rosales. And Vu tracks all the way from his striker position. Antonez stepping through. Gives it away. And Sean Keith is moving up the side. It's a driven ball looking for a pair of foreguard. But Brock Ranger handles with ease. Costa rampaging up the side. FC Tucson seems to be willing to give up this outside to keep the middle compact. And a good win there by Connor Bevins. Foreguard, again, caught in possession.
Yeah, FC Tucson's going to want to move the ball a little bit quicker, John. They're going to want to settle down a bit and get some possession in this game. They've gone pretty directly to start.
And Edgington tries to slip it there and gets a well-earned throw-in. Edgington, the Marshall man, center back alongside Yuri Kulikov, the former Lokomotiv Moscow product, along with Connor Bevins in the back out of Gonzaga, and Sean Keith, the Vegas youngster. FC Tucson just struggling, James, to keep hold of the ball in midfield.
Yeah, some careless turnovers in the middle, some errant passes out wide on the flanks. Rick Shantz probably isn't happy with this start.
Williams looking to drive forward. Does so, but to whom? And this is what, the 8th, 9th time Marcus Dickerson's had the ball at his feet or in his hands.
Yeah.
And plays salute to the Cactus Tricks by hitting it directly at them.
Yeah, again, another errant pass by Dickerson. His shot-stopping ability is not in doubt, but he's going to have to work on his footwork.
Sean Keith heads it, but only as far as Clay Zellen. Foreguard with a poor ball there, and he's really caught off to a slow start. Too many turnovers. Good track there by Carlos Lara, though. Lara, such a good workhorse. And is very comfortable in that right center midfield role that suits him well. Green is holding the ball up, and that's going to be his job today. Hold the ball up, combine with Minvu, let Minvu run off him. And again, too many touches from the FC Tucson team.
Yeah, that was a heavy touch by Edgar Reyna.
Schwartzendruber. Chiva Cuevas gives it away, though. Emilio Dwyer. Good early ball to Minvu. Vu trying to win. And held a little bit there by Daniel Antonez. Zellen controls. And this is what FC Tucson needs, just a little bit of rhythm here in the central mid, James, to get themselves going.
Exactly. I would have liked to have seen them play a free kick there, John, but you're absolutely right. They did want to get a quick start and just get the ball moving again, get some possession.
Good ball there by Holgerson, knocked down well by Foreguard. Good, but Dwyer. Foreguard. Dwyer looking to run behind. Good job by Foreguard, though. It's a little more his suit, the combination play there.
It's true. Well tackled up by Arizona United.
Ball here. Holgerson does a great job of heading that. Controls. And listen, the hard stuff seems to be easy for him, and the easy stuff seems to be hard, James.
Exactly.
As Bevins goes flying out of the back on a good ball here. Carlos Lara on the counter. Lara with a good service. Falls to Vu. Vu. Vu looking to lay it. O'Dwyer. Owen. Two excellent chances for FC Tucson. And Bardsley rolling around. I think Sean Keith caught a piece of him.
Yeah, it was a heavy challenge, John, but it didn't look like a foul. Definitely a collision, but nothing malicious in it.
Yeah, not a whole lot there for me. Ball first, but Bardsley maybe taking the time to gather himself. 15 minutes in, James. It's not short of excitement, but maybe a little bit short of possession so far.
No, I would have to agree. Early on, Arizona United had some pretty good possession. They seemed to generate A few early chances. FC Tucson looked a bit nervous. But now it seems that Tucson settling in.
Gibson Bardsley out of Western Washington College, looking to get his roster spot in this team. Only 10 players signed currently for Arizona United. Rosales, another person looking for a contract here. Knocked down there, but won again by Chiva Cuevas. FC Tucson's going to want to do a little bit better with the second ball as Nick Costa goes busting up the line. And our center referee here, none too impressed by a sprawled out Nick Costa. Goal kick to Dickerson, played quickly to Kulikov. I haven't called the Russian's name too much so far, and Rick Shantz, I'm certainly feels like that's a good thing. Zelen back to Dickerson as Arizona United with a little bit of pressure here in the attacking third of Arizona United. One-two there with the center back. I'm not sure how Coach Shantz will feel about that, but worked out. Edgington does give it away. Laura tries to win it back, but ends up at the foot of Sam Garza. Wide here to Rosales. Good ball served in here. Not a bad header, not a bad effort.
No, not a bad effort at all, John. With only 3 white shirts in the box, you think FC Tucson might have had it covered, but striker managed to get free.
Been involved in a lot of the attacks here in the early part of this game. So FC Tucson's had 2 great chances, but not much else in between. They're going to try to want to settle into this match if they're going to be able to create a sustained attack.
No, you're right. The early possession for FC Tucson's been with Dickerson, and that's probably not the game plan.
Dueling headers there between Williams and Kulikov. The ball ends up in the waiting arms of Trey Mitchell. Mitchell wide to Costa. Costa, the Long Island native, slips it into Cuevas. Turns well.
Good turn by Cuevas, but he's immediately triple teamed.
Again, Cuevas has been able to keep the ball. He doesn't have any giveaways so far. And that's something you want from your number 10 and anywhere in your midfield, frankly.
Give them nothing, but take from them everything.
Antonis and Cuevas playing a 2-man game here. Slipped into Garza. Bevins on Garza. Garza with early service. Blocked him well there. And cleared out excellently by Kulikov as far as Nick Costa. Slips to Williams, to Brock Granger. The former Louisville man and Hawaii native.
There's a lot of space on this flank for 28, John.
Absolutely.
Arizona's had a lot of good fortune getting
Tucson
forward.
Very compact. Garza through. And Cuevas gives it away. Edgington stepped in well there, but it ended up being more of a wall pass than anything else, James. "18 minutes into this first half of this Desert Diamond Cup contest between Arizona United and FC Tucson here at Kino Grandstand. And Marcus Dickerson's been the star of the show with saves, goal kicks, and a variety of poorly sprayed distribution.
Yes, this one manages to stay in. It's mine. Oh.
And James with a poor catch on that right into the box here. Still earning an ovation somehow. But FC Tucson will gladly take the possession here as Sean Keith plays through Kulikov. Kulikov switching to Edgington. And out of bounds off Bevins. Williams all the way back. Spencer Johnson. The number 17 is playing that DCM role here. Antonez and Chiva Cuevas have a little bit more license to get forward. And so far, so good for Coach Yallop. Williams swings it. FC Tucson choosing to concede those outsides right now in this diamond formation. Good step by Clayton Zellen.
Good feet by Rosales.
Keith steps in,
That looked like a foul to me.
concedes the free kick. And this is where Cuevas is so dangerous. You got to imagine that Williams will be one of the targets on this. The tall center back, number 24. And that will probably, responsibility will fall to Edgington or Kulikov. Schwarzenegger again, a nasty goal scorer, and Antonez also a force in the air. So we'll see how FC Tucson chooses to sort this out. Looks like 4 guards coming back to deal with it. And again, this is really Holgerson's wheelhouse. Crosses, great in the air, good organizationally. Cuevas drives it, and it's a little bit far. Kulikov does a good job of dealing with it.
Yeah, good adjustment by Kulikov.
But Garza has a dangerous spot here. Oh,
Skips past.
Schwarzenegger. Clay Zellen does a great job of winning that tackle.
One too many
Dwyer.
touches by Garza.
Dwyer waits her help. A little bit slow to play here. And I think Coach Shantz will be happy to get through the first 30 so we can have a couple conversations and straighten this out. There's certainly opportunity on this field, but the speed of play has got to increase, doesn't it, James? And the quality.
No, you're absolutely right. Speed of play has to increase. I think there have been a number of times when players haven't come to support the man with the ball, so Coach Shantz is going to want to remind them they have to do that.
Wow.
Dickerson very casual with the ball, gives it away in a dangerous position.
Costa with the ball. Finds Garza. Schwarzenegger pulling out from that 9 position to get it. But again, goes all the way back to Tommy Williams. Keith all the way out. Burgard slows play. Through Williams again. Good job by Edgington there. Kulikov. Again, the amount of time to make that decision when it seems like it's a pretty simple decision to get that long and towards one of your 2 forwards. Am I not right, James? You have 2 forwards, and you're trying to play through an overloaded midfield. It just seems like an odd juxtaposition. Dwyer drives a good switch towards Lara, headed away nicely by Costa. 22 minutes in here, Kino North Stadium, sunshiny and beautiful here, and 0-0 is the score here. And I can tell you, James, I am the jinx of the Grandstand Stadium because I've been here now over 2 games without a goal being scored. It's over 200 minutes, James Parsons.
Well, perhaps my reemergence on the mic with you, John, will create some luck and we'll get a goal. Arizona United certainly has had chances. And they're looking to gain some momentum here in the attacking third.
Rosales throws to Bardsley. Rosales does a good job of getting around Keith. Keith.
Very good feet by Rosales. He's going to get a corner out of it.
Another dangerous set piece for Chiva Cuevas. The far post ball was the choice the first time, James. Where does he go here?
Well, it looks like they're going to the first post here, but no. Virtually unmarked in the middle is Antonez.
And Sean Keith drives as far as he can out of bounds.
Despite all that height in the back, FC Tucson couldn't sort that corner kick out.
Garza tries to reverse ball, but Dickerson scoops it up.
Yeah, nice idea on the slip ball there by Garza.
I think it's Rude at this point, James.
Again, not a lot of movement from any of the FC Tucson players, and that
Yeah, that's going to have
pass
to
ends up.
change.
Yeah.
I mean, there's players here that can change this game in Vu and in Reyna, you know, a strong holding forward. But again, it's going to be the sum of the parts, so everyone has to want to be part of this attack for it to be viable. Bevan's called for the foul on Garza. I don't think he has much of an argument there. I think it's just general frustration right now. 25 minutes in for FC Tucson. They haven't had much of the ball, and they haven't been able to accomplish Coach Schantz's plan of getting the ball quickly, counting through the forwards, and then building off of that level.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. A bit of frustration setting in. That's probably the second, third foul by the same player. Needless foul. Gives away a set piece. This could be dangerous.
Again, Cuevas sets up, looking to bend a right-footed ball in. Does so. And a good win by Edgington. Rosales plays back. Garza all the way wide to Costa. Costa looking to serve. Floats it in. Not a bad effort. Antonez heads wide.
Yeah, and I have to say, John, that they got a second chance on that because Minvu didn't really track back when the ball was initially cleared.
Again, I understand the desire for the forwards to stay high, but again, the second balls, FC Tucson, if nothing else, has to just do a better job of competing for those. Well, we've seen a variety of knuckleballs, curveballs, sliders from Holgerson. Sorry, excuse me,
let's see
Dickerson.
this could be an
See what we get
off-speed.
here. Dickerson drives a good
pretty
ball
direct.
forward. Four guard with a good challenge. Vu looking to hold and does a good job there.
Yeah, well done by Vu.
And now FC Tucson can build in the attacking half of the field.
Yeah,
Good switch there by O'Dwyer. Bevins, poor first touch.
yeah. I have to say, John, I'm seeing one high striker by Arizona United, and oftentimes FC Tucson still has 3 defensive players back.
Yeah,
Why aren't they joining the attack?
it's a good question. I mean, again, especially Sean Keith there, seems like he's a little bit deeper than he should be. And this is a great opportunity for Sean Keith. He's got a great left peg here, and this could be a very, very dangerous ball with the sizable Kulikov and Edgington in the box. Sean Keith, Vegas, hoping to have the luck here. Number 8 player, as Zelen talks to Bevins about shape or maybe his first touch.
Yeah, FC Tucson hasn't been able to generate much from the run of play, so they'll definitely want to take advantage of this set piece.
27th minute here, Grandstand Stadium, Kino Sports Complex, 0-0. Sean Keith on the set piece. There's a good bending ball in.
Oh, very good ball, John.
Teasing ball.
Just needed a slight touch, and that's what it got. But
And it is a corner kick. Nick Edgington looking very puzzled at an undersized referee, looking down at him as if to say, you've got to be kidding me. And clearly he was kidding him because Billy O'Dwyer is going to take this one. I think Rick Schanz is just glad that the ball right now is not at Marcus Dickerson's feet, because that's where it's spent a lot of the first 30 minutes.
exactly, John.
That and
He'll
out of
want to
bounds.
he'll want to make sure the ball stays up in this half for a sustained period.
Good
Another
bending
good ball to
Oh!
the first post. Very
And
good
a
ball.
good save there.
Caught the keeper unaware, I believe.
Trey Mitchell did a great job to punch that out.
He did. He did
again,
recover.
You know, cycling back to Dickerson, he's been tremendous the 2 games against the MLS teams. And he still is a great shot stopper. I think his feet have been perfectly well, and the one he dealt with was completely excellent. Corner kick here. Another good near post ball, and
Yeah.
another great punch there by Trey Mitchell.
Another good punch and another
Good
good
ball in
job
there, but Dylan
to
does a
keep
good
it
job
in.
of serving it back in. Food challenge as well, but offsides. Coming into the final minute of the first 30 minutes. No injury time that I'm aware of, James, so this should end pretty quickly. And FC Tucson just going to want to shut the door here. And as bad as things were, chances were there in this first 30 minutes, weren't there, James?
No chances were created. We'll remember early on that head ball by Edgar.
And that's going to do it for the first
Yeah,
30
and that's the
minutes
half.
here at Kino Grandstand Stadium with the score Arizona United 0 and FC Tucson 0. James, we're going to talk through the breaks here. They should only be 3 minutes long. So Thoughts on the first 30, James?
Well, as we've said a number of times, FC Tucson took a while to get into the game. They looked a bit nervous from the beginning, couldn't really settle into possession, seemed to be going Route 1 soccer, as they say. But as you said, they did create some chances. What do you think Rick Shantz is going to be telling the boys at the halftime?
I think he's going to tell them to relax a little bit on the ball. And it's kind of a weird thing to say, relax but play quicker. But look, there's a lot of quality on this FC Tucson side, and they're just going to need to do a little bit better job. And I think that starts with a good two-touch rhythm and just having some success and completing some passes, you know? Sometimes, you're telling your players, hey, you don't have to hit a home run on this, to use a baseball analogy. You just need a couple singles, and then the attack's going to go from there. For Phoenix United, I mean, again, danger been galore. Scars has been dangerous. Sports and Droop has found the ball in some good spots, but especially on the wide. I mean, Rosales and Nick Costa have been able to run without pressure for about 30, 40 yards down their sides. Again, the service hasn't ended up in goal, but they've ended up in some dangerous chances, and Shantz has got to make some adjustments to cut that out because those tucked-in midfielders can't get over there quick enough to cover that ground, and those are two players that can cause enough danger to create goals.
No, I agree. Rosales has been what you'd call a byline to byline defender. He's earned a corner kick. He's got some service in from the flank. Whereas Keith hasn't really ventured too far forward into the attacking half.
So the second half, I'm not expecting any change from FC Tucson. Any changes that come in, we'll get them to you as quickly as we can. Rick Shantz, lineup goes about 15, 16 deep. He's got a couple youngsters on the bench from Tucson. Just as a shout out, a couple of our FC Tucson youth players as well. Phoenix United, I think they're going to end up in that final 30 using some of their starters to see them as a group and some of their signed players. So I'd expect to see, a Carl Wazinski to get some reps in there, and probably Scott Morrison as well, and Blair Gavin. But so far, so good for Arizona United, but still, they have not been able to score a goal on this field. And for Frank Yalb, that's got to be pretty concerning.
Yeah, as the old story goes, a lot of quality from Arizona United, a lot of chances, but still 0-0. So FC Tucson will be pleased that they're still in the match despite not playing as well as their opponent. I think that they have to work on transitioning through the thirds of the field. I thought Arizona United did that much better, much more fluid going from back to front, whereas FC Tucson was a bit frenetic in that, John.
Well, we're going to see if there's any adjustments to the shape here by Coach Shantz. Again, these players are in very quickly for Coach Shantz. We've had two groups in for this preseason. We've gone through a lot of players, giving them opportunities to hopefully get signed on to the next level. And listen, his challenge is very, very difficult. He does a great job of putting these guys together and making them very competitive against MLS sides. And I mean, one side put together a 1-0. To call it a victory would not really be fair, but a 1-0 result against Portland. And FC Tucson continues to get games in this event because they do a good job of putting together squads that make the MLS teams work, and in this case, the USL Pro team here, Arizona United, work. So, again, some adjustments here. Reyna's going to move to the right back. Connor Bevins is going to move to a right attacking player. And it looks like the change is going to be probably Para Forgard up top high. Min Vu is the attacking mid. And Carlos Lara side by side with Clayton Zelen as the DCMs. And I think this is an intelligent, savvy adjustment by Coach Shantz.
Yeah, I would agree. Let's just see if the players will settle down the second half. Now they got the first 30 minutes under their belt. It's probably worth saying that, as you said, a lot of them are playing for contracts. That can often cause a lot of nerves.
Yeah, absolutely. But United has some players that are in that same situation. And they seem to be responding very well to the challenge of trying to earn their opportunity to play at the pro level. Forgard makes a good run here. Touch is a bit heavy and out of touch. Again, it's moments like that. Good opportunities to get a penetrating, asking some questions of that Arizona United defense, pitting their outside backs back with an early simple turnover there. It's unfortunate. Edgington slides quickly to get the ball out of touch here. Zelen pressing, Bevins pressing. And it's interesting to see Connor Bevins out here on the right side here on the Kino grandstand, because this is where he created his two-goal scoring performance to win over Phoenix United. So A little history as the clock could be turned back here as Connor Bevins hoping to play the hero again.
Right. We'll certainly hope so.
Switch
Good
to-
touch by Granger. Looking
Granger
to
trying
switch
to slow
play.
down. Switched out easily by the goalkeeper, Trey Mitchell. Tommy Williams carries. And Zelen stepping out to choke off Antonez a little bit there, and I like that strategy. It's been a little too easy for Arizona United to get out of their half of the field, and I think Coach Shantz, by stocking up the midfield, is going to put a little bit more pressure on some of the players that have had more than ample time. Lara with a shoulder challenge, but I think Chiva Cuevas is making a little more out of that as he seems fine. Good turn there by Cuevas.
Very tidy
Cuevas
turn
got
by
excellent
Cuevas and a
feet.
great ball.
The longtime USL veteran showing his class there. Costa running at Reyna, the former teammates. And a good block there by Reyna. Costa with a second opportunity. A header, but a good save and a good hold by Dickerson and a good quick throw to Billy O'Dwyer, the former Atlanta Silverback man.
Yeah, it was a good header, just not enough power. Good take by Dickerson. You never know what that call is going to be, John. Is it backing in or is it over the top? It's
That is always
the
the great question, isn't it? I think who waves their hands around the most, excitedly is oftentimes the player that gets the call there. Anyway, it's good to see Voob physical and a little bit more involved. Good win there by Kulikov. Forgard not able to win that challenge and hasn't won too many so far from Spencer Johnson. And Reyna does a good job of running by Antonez to send that ball out for a throw-in.
Yeah, great job by Reyna. Could have given up a corner kick. Instead, it's a throw-in.
Reyna's going to be much more comfortable in his natural right back position. Schwarzenegger steps out. Good job by Bevins. A good decision to play early. And Minvu again. Minvu has to be active. He is the true danger man here now as a single striker. So he's got to draw fouls, be able to hold the ball up a little bit, and connect with his three central midfielders so they can get the wide players, O'Dwyer and Connor Bevins. And O'Dwyer's got a great service, and Bevins is a former forward and goal scorer for Gonzaga before he was converted to a right back and has been summarily unconverted by Coach Shantz here for the second 30-minute period.
Not sure if you saw that, John. I'm not quite sure what the ref called. Perhaps a handball. It didn't look like there was much of a violation
Not
from
much
here.
there, but again, you'll take what you can have, and FC Tucson will have this free kick. Sean Keith again, great left foot, dipping ball here.
Does Coach Shantz work on anything on the training ground that is a little more complex than just the service, or is it always just service to the height?
Sean Keith with a serve ball. Oh! Off the crossbar!
Well, that answers my question. I guess he doesn't, because when you have a left-footed player
That's
like
a
that.
ball into a little bit of a breeze here, but
Yeah.
again, when you bring players together this time, defensive corners a little bit, attacking corners can't be your priority. Some of these guys are shaking hands in the locker room, as we say. Ball's cleared out here. Sean Keith does a good job. Finds Clay Zelen to Keith all the way back to Edgington. Edgington smartly goes back to Dickerson. Dickerson to Edgington. Forgard checking in. Keeps it, finds Sean Keith. Sean Keith gives it away cheaply here to Rosales, who plays through Spencer Johnson. Garza dropping back to pick the ball up. Finds Sean Keith, who again casually gives it away.
Yeah, succession of giveaways there by
Just
Arizona, and then
completely
Tucson.
Job by Kulikov. Well cleared. Ranger.
Costa, the left back, still very high up the field, and he has so much space. They just seem to be ignoring him.
Good step there by Yuri Kulikov. Good job by Vu in drawing the foul. Savvy by Vu, you can see he gets his front for that to hold that ball off and drawing the foul.
Yeah, exactly.
Realizing he wasn't going to be able to turn.
Drew the defender in nicely. Very clever play by Vu.
Kulikov to Lara. And after a strange succession of headers, FC Tucson will find themselves with a throw-in on the left side. 36 minutes in here, and no score, James. I'm telling you, I am the curse of the grandstand field. But here, Chiva Cuevas on the break. Arizona United is going to find some joy. Schwarzenegger plays out to Garza.
Just a little bit behind Garza, though.
Zelen
Really
supporting here to double Garza. Garza very dangerous. A little bit too easy on the service there. Early touch back. Edgington trying to keep Chiva Cuevas from loading up. Outside to Bardsley, but blocked well there by Sean Keith.
Yeah, good defensive play by Keith, but again, much too easy for Arizona to go across the field. There's a man sitting on the back post.
Great tackle by Carlos Lara there. And I think Lara's been a defensive stalwart so far this first half. Hasn't had as much of the ball, but he's just been working his socks off along with Clay Zelen. Johnson probing. Zelen pressing Garza. And this is what FC Tucson wants, the ball going backward. Kulikov, a good win. Edgington all the way wide to Kulikov. Kulikov, a foul.
Good composure by Edgington, but
Yes.
played Kulikov into a bit of trouble, and now
Chiva Cuevas.
now Tucson might pay for it,
And they do.
and they do.
Goal, Gibson Bardsley, and just not enough pressure on Chiva Cuevas. You can't let their number 10 get the ball turned and have time to play a ball through like that.
Yeah, he played a very nice, very precise ball right through the middle to the on-running player.
And you can say we didn't see the potential of a goal here, and the jinx is broken, but unfortunately for FC Tucson in favor of Arizona United. 1-0 on a goal by Gibson Bardsley.
John, as a coach, do you like to see the defenders try to play out of the back like that in an exhibition match, or
think-
would you prefer
I think
that
Edgington's gotta
Edgington
go
just
back.
clears it?
It's got to go
Or
back
go back to
to
his keeper.
Yeah, that
Right.
kind of square ball in the back is just putting Kulikov in a poor situation. The ball's got to go back there, and it's got to go as far as it can there from. But again, part of that situation is that he was being pressed there. He made the first decision that came to mind, and there were two other passes after that. Really, for me, it's the pressure on Chiva Cuevas there. He received the ball there. He had enough time to look up and play. First goal out of the way now. This is a
Very
little
good
sequence
run
here.
by Vu. Very good movement.
Vu. Quickly driving in the area. Pushes the man back to Zelen. Zelen wide to Reyna, and Reyna steps through. A decent ball here, but Granger heads clear. And Garza can go the other way as Reyna tries to recover. Garza wisely steps on it, finds Antonez. A good tackle there by Carlos Lara, but Anton is so strong, able to hold the ball up.
Yeah, very good effort by Lara. Just couldn't get hold of that ball.
Good ball there by Spencer Johnson. It looks like on the goal, a pair of foreguards come out, and a change for FC Tucson is bringing on the number 4, Angel Heredia, the UC soon-to-be Riverside man and Pima All-American. Left-sided player, very clever on the ball, and maybe he's going to be able to bring some savvy and some calm to the attack here for Coach Shantz.
Yeah, FC Tucson needs a little composure, a little creativity. The same type that Arizona's getting from Chiva Cuevas.
Okay. Change came for the Arizona United team. Number 25 in, and of course, he is a non-rostered player. Oh, Chris Cortez. Thank you. So it's Chris Cortez, and I think he may have replaced Brandon Schwarzenegger, but I have to confirm that, James. held there by Marcus Dickerson. Dickerson driving early, looking for Vu on the counter here. Vu trying to back in, does a good job. But unfortunately, they're unable to hold the ball up.
Yeah, it's really asking a lot of Vu. A lot of responsibility to hold up the ball off of that.
Vu not
High
really a
punt by
back-to-goal
Dickerson.
striker either as well. But Johnson has limited options again in terms of his personnel that are of the quality to compete in a match like this, that have the experience. And Vu certainly does, and Vu will do a good job, you know, in whatever role he's put in. Vu finds it. Given away there.
Very clever move in the middle there.
Yes. Going for the chip there. A little bit optimistic from Chris Cortez. Rolled out to Kulikov. Good ball in from Kulikov to Zelen. Snaps it in. Zelen stumbles a bit but finds Edgington. Edgington to Sean Keith. Back to Edgington. Lara turns well. And again, for me, just too many touches. The ball needs to move quicker than that. FC Tucson's going to unbalance United to create some opportunities.
Yeah, you have your number 10 dribbling out of the back from deep within his middle third. It's not what Coach Shantz is looking for, I'm sure.
Arizona United again going the other way, but Cuevas gives it away. United's had more of the ball, most of the chances, but FC Tucson's got to feel like they could have done better with the chances they've had. Also entering the game on the left for FC Tucson is number 25, Ryan Morris. Morris replaced Billy O'Dwyer. Morris out of Montclair State gives you a quick attacking player, very fast, likes to run at guys, and maybe can give it a little more pace. Tommy Williams looking to play forward, plays a weird back spinning ball, and then it's cut out well by Williams.
Yeah, heavy touch by Cortez, but
Yes.
Arizona retains possession.
I think Edgington's wishing he did that the first time as he clears there, learning his lesson. And that's what it's about, these young players getting opportunities to play, make mistakes, and learn from them, obviously. Edgington, a young player out of Marshall, and good service here by Rosales. As far as Bevins,
Again, FC Tucson not being able to clear their lines could be costly.
and Lara steps through, and a nice ball here.
Oh, that's a very
This is
good ball.
Huge opportunity. And this is where he is most dangerous.
That's a great ball.
And hit right on frame by Connor Bevins, but not with enough pace to bother Trey Mitchell. But a very, very good run, and you can see some of the things that Ryan Morris can bring to this game. Carlos Lara, and it's not surprised. Lara, tough, hard, number 6 player. Not afraid to get involved in tackles.
Yeah, I think when
Again.
the ref had his back turned, Lara took some liberties with Chiva Cuevas while Cuevas was on the ground.
As they like to say in pro sports, that was what we call extracurricular activity.
Yes, extracurricular.
And we're not talking about when you're putting glue sticks together and making birdhouses after school at Goshen Intermediate School, where James and I did our primary schooling. Williams switches it all the way across and finds Gibson Bardsley. Granger is going to impress you with his simplicity. He's done the job back there, hasn't given the ball away, and that's really been the difference.
Yeah.
Silly giveaways and the inability to hold possession in areas where FC Tucson really hasn't had to give it away.
No, you're absolutely right. Granger, not particularly flashy, but you don't necessarily want your center back to be flashy. As you said, very simple, good vision, smart passes out of the back.
And Sean Keith does a good job of desperately sliding in. Bevins, oh, so long, Nick Costa, hell up. And Bevins, for all his success in the first move, was a poor ball through to Min Vu.
Yeah, Bevins did a good job to break into the clear. He just needed to play a much more accurate pass to his forward.
You can see the pace and raw athleticism of Bevins, and he is a goal scorer. Hopefully this front three, which is a lot of quickness to it, can exploit Arizona United's back four, who may not be the paciest, but have been incredibly steady so far. Ranger finds his DCM Antonez. FC Tucson's pressure a little bit higher up the field here.
Yeah, with 15 minutes to go, John, they're going to have to try to push the issue here. They're going to have to win it in the middle third and the attacking third. Granger, again, a very easy take and very good distribution.
That's a little bit too easy. The center forward's going to be able to turn like that. Kulikov for Edgerton has to come out and disrupt that touch.
Yeah. And now we're seeing Arizona United get very comfortable on the ball here in the middle. Some flicks and tricks coming out. Taking advantage of their 1-0 lead.
Williams pushes wide to Costa. Costa chops. And falls to Bevins. This is where FC Tucson has to just keep the ball. A good choice by Bevins there. And another good choice. And this is what needs to happen here.
And I'd like to see Rania jump in here. Can he overlap Vu here, perhaps? Oh, well done by Vu.
Has his way with Antonez. Maybe a little bit too much there, but good throw in for FC Tucson in the Arizona United half of the field. We're 47 minutes in here at Kino Grandstand Stadium. The I-10 derby, if you will. Arizona United 1-0 lead on FC Tucson on a goal by Gibson Bardsley. And Yuri Kulikov a little bit slow to play there. Finds the backside of the substitute, number 25, Chris Cortez. Ball whipped in there by FC Tucson substitute Ryan Morris, and a little bit hasty as the runs. I don't think we're in the box there, James.
No, I don't think there was really any presence in the box. I think they call that hit and hope, John.
Out wide to Williams. I think Rick Shantz is content to have Williams try to make the game here. Edgerton knocks it down, but again, the quality of the knockdown there, the second ball, and you got Chiva Cuevas running in, and Marcus Dickerson picks it up. Dickerson fires all the way out as far as Ryan Morris. Morris, I don't know how much he meant that, but it looks like a good ball into substitute center midfield.
Yeah, it worked
for
out.
FC Tucson.
It did work out. But I'd like to see FC Tucson get out of the back quicker here, John. We have Reyna on the ball here.
It's a good ball
But
here.
I'd like to see him join his teammates. They're down by a goal. There's only one player in the box for FC Tucson. Oh, that's the chance.
With the equalizer! Connor Bevins strikes again! Deja vu, James Parsons. Have we met here before? Take us through that goal-scoring sequence, if you will, as it's all knotted now at one. Arizona United and FC Tucson.
Well, I have to say, I thought FC Tucson was a bit slow out of the back, but Rania got on the ball. He played a nice ball forward. There was a
Ryan
diagonal
Morris running
run.
onto that ball.
Yes, nice diagonal run into the corner, got to the byline, played a nice ball into Bevins. Very composed in the box. How would you describe his finishing there? Didn't lash at it.
He didn't, and that's what we talk about. We said Connor Bevins could be dangerous out of that position, and it was a really, really good run there by Ryan Morris, the substitute, coming across the field from his other side. And that's the dynamic movement we didn't see in the first part of the game for FC Tucson, and it's great to see that. And maybe FC Tucson can now rise a little bit to the challenge. But a tremendous finish by Bevins, and he's not going to be able to get a drink in Phoenix at any time soon, James, because this is 2 times against 2 different franchises where he scored goals.
But immediately Arizona United right back down the field, trying to catch FC Tucson in
And
celebratory
Yuri
mode.
Kulikov did a good job to step in there. Chiva Cuevas with a good service here. And a good win by Edgar Reyna, the hometown hero as he's known. Very good in the air. That's the strength of his game. Reyna does a good job here. And you can see the quality of Angel Heredia. And off goes Connor Bevins again. Bevins Good. He was good to wait for his support there. I think that was the smart decision.
It'll be interesting to see how Coach Shantz approaches the next 5-10 minutes, John. Will they try to push for that goal, or do you think they'll try to just settle in, try to get some possession,
Yeah, it's a good
try to
question.
play in the middle of the park?
I mean, Coach Shantz here is, again, the adjustment in the formation, I think, was helpful despite the goal that was scored. And I just think that so far the two substitutes have borne some fruit, especially the entry of Ryan Morris and, of course, Angel Heredia. These are two players that have brought something different to the game in the attacking half of the field. But it still needs to be shored up amongst the back four and Marcus Dickerson, and his voice needs to be omnipresent. Antonez looking to play forward. Arizona United looking to gain their mojo back. A mojo they had for the majority of this first 60 minutes. '52nd minute here, Tucson, Arizona. Sunshiny, day 3 of the of the Desert Diamond Cup here in Tucson, Arizona. And FC Tucson is knotted 1-1, the home team against Arizona United, the guests out of Phoenix. Both teams obviously looking at players that they haven't had before. You know, both Coach Shantz and Frank Gelb incredibly competitive, but they're both going to tell you after the match, looking at players. Rick Shantz looking to see if some of these guys might be fits for the PDL team in the summer.
Right.
Gelb sifting through his trial list and stars to see where the best matches are. And that ball's been given away.
Yeah, that was a set piece that was wasted, John. A little bit too far out to maybe get it into the box and create something dangerous, but you can't give it away like that.
Kulikov controls. Plays out quite a tough ball to deal with.
Kulikov a little bit far up the pitch for me. Lara pushing forward. Yeah, referee was right on the spot. I think that's a good no call.
Bardsley facing up against Sean Keefe. Recovering. Good job there by Kulikov. Because again, I just think they're giving too much space for, the substitute forward to turn there, Chris Cortez. Cortez looks like a number 9, but even still, he's there to hold the ball. But if you're going to let him go, look up, check the wind, and start dribbling at you, you're going to be in a bad situation.
Yeah, I think Cortez has done a very nice job since he's been on the field. He's been a great link-up presence up there, John. He's received the ball, his back to the goal. He's picked his head up and dribbled and started the attack. He's done quite well.
Snapping and yapping, doing his job as a DCM is what a lot of tackles.
Yeah.
And wherever he lacks in subtlety, he gets back to in strength and effort. Boone holds it up, is able to turn, goes all the way back. You can see Boo's class, his comfort on the ball. Former Tucson Soccer Academy product, the Penn State man, Rochester Rhino. Probably would still be there if he hadn't had the ACL injury, and just a guy who can create a lot of danger. And there's going to be some Vietnamese first division coach, I think, who will be very happy.
This could be dangerous. Was that Bardsley on running to the ball?
That's a great ball. Good bending run by Boo. A little too much meat on that bone across Lara, but you want to rather overhit that.
Oh, definitely. You don't want it picked out. You don't want to have that transition take place for Arizona. It was a good run. Just a little heavy with the pass. So, John, here's where I'd like to see that back line of FC Tucson just push up a little bit. They only have one player to mark, it seems.
Sometimes you have to look at the factors that maybe not as easy to see on the screen. I'm thinking, fatigue levels,
True.
fitness, how many 90s they've played, managing the game, knowing that they have to rest on the field because Rick Shantz isn't going to a bench that's wrought with, very much filled with youngsters. I mean, 2 substitutes that have been in were the main guys that we thought might come on in the match, and the other guys are guys with very little experience at this level. So the rest of the subs, I think, were going to be injury related, and a good hold there by Dickerson. I mean, those paws, if you've seen Marcus up close, are massive, and he's showing great hands so far this game. You know, the goal, I don't think you can really put him on that, but he's recovered from some early distribution woes, and just as I say that, he's gone with the wedge when he really needed the 3-iron there.
Exactly. Commentators curse, but it's not the first time we've called out Dickerson for some errant passing, some poor distribution with the feet.
Wide to Bardsley. Bardsley outside the football into Antonez. Back to Bardsley. All the way back to Grandview. Steps on and goes back to Bardsley. FC Tucson very deep. Looking a little bit like Arsenal against Barcelona the other day. Although the rest of the analogy does not fit either side, to be fair. But again, defending very deep right now, and maybe looking to get out of this first 60 minutes here and 1-1 draw. Ball swung again here to Spencer Johnson. Switches to Tommy Williams, who's lost his strap there. Costa battling Reyna. And Reyna gets just enough of a block on it. And Dickerson
that was
falls
some
to his
service.
knees in the supplicant position.
That was some service by Costa. He's been open for much of this half. I'm surprised that Arizona United hasn't used him on this flank more, John.
Absolutely. Punt there. This is where Reyna really shines. Good challenge there on Garza. Great step by Kulikov. Kulikov finds Vu. Vu lays it off well. This is where Heredia can be very good. And he finds a wide Ryan to get the ball.
Oh, that's a
service, but nobody on the near post run is taken away. Ryan Morris has been a factor. He's been able to get forward on that left side. And the punt, and a little frustration here from Arizona United.
Yeah.
I think they were looking at a 1-0 lead. It looked like it was going to be a bit of a walk in the park, and Bevins with the goal, a bit against the run of play, but on a good sequence, has put this match back on even terms, and it's going to be a dogfight the last 30, James.
No, I'd agree. I think Arizona United were good value, as they say, for their 1-0 lead. But FC Tucson's managed to turn the tables. They can't lose it here, however.
Oh, no.
That's very
Wow.
clever.
Oh, and a good job there by Dickerson. And
Dickerson quickly
Carlos
off the
Lauer
line.
again.
Well done.
Too many notes, as my friend Wolfgang Weber would say, in that concerto. Williams with a good left-footed service to left center back. Very, very far up the field. Ryan Morris does a good job defending there, and a better job here by Clayton Zellin to slow play down. Him and Antonez know each other well as they played together previously. Heredia controlling. The talisman here for Pima College. Going to do that same job for Riverside, the former U18 national team man out of De Anza club program, a storied program.
Yeah, very good pedigree for this player, John.
Vu running, and look at a good run here by
Oh, very
Morris.
good overlap by Morris,
Morris
yes.
and Vu, for just meeting, have had very good chemistry since he's come on. There's an opportunity for Laura.
Rainier
Laura
wide
again,
open if we
there's
could find.
There's your outside back. He wanted so badly. Sean Keith. Sean Keith with a good wide service. There's Bevins lurking at the far post.
Yes.
And a wise-headed decision by Nick Costa, the left back.
Loitering with intent, I believe, is the phrase.
Listen,
So this,
he's a killer. He's an assassin. If there's a little poaching that's going on, so be it. Corner kick here will be taken by Angel Heredia. Expect a very, very good left-footed bending ball here. And he serves a great ball here, but well off his line there, Trey Mitchell.
catching practice for Mitchell, and that'll end it.
And that's going to end the first 60 minutes of play with the score. FC Tucson 1, Arizona United 1. You got to stick with us for this final 30 minutes, James. I think it's going to be super exciting. So, second 30 minutes. We had our goal from Gibson Bardsley early in the 30-minute period, followed by another 30 minutes we're going to have to finish here. But the goal by FC Tucson came in the 50th minute by Connor Bevins, facilitated by a great run there by the substitute Ryan Morris. James, what are your thoughts with the final 30?
Well, as you said, with the game nicely balanced at 1-1, it'll be interesting to see what the coach's approach is. at this point. I'd like to think Rick Schatz will go for the win. Looks like Caleb Scott is warming up. A very popular character with the FC Tucson faithful. Can you talk to us a bit about Caleb?
Absolutely. You know, Caleb Scott is a player that does a great job. He played left center back for us at FC Tucson in our run all the way to the final 8 of the PDL last season. The Vancouver, BC native looking to latch on here along with our other former teammate Peter Kelly, and we'll probably see Peter Kelly in this half as well. I wouldn't be surprised. You can see Tony Cassio warming up here, the former Houston Dynamo and Colorado Rapids man. We've got the former Chivas man and Portland Timbers 2-man Blair Gavin here warming up, and of course Caleb Scott. So I'm interested to see who comes on for Coach Yallop. He's looking to probably look at some other combinations here in this final 30. For Coach Sanz, I'm imagining it's going to be business as usual, holding pat. Not a lot of experienced options on the bench here. Obviously, it goes without saying FC Tucson misses Don Papa, who was unable to attend the match today due to constraints out of his control, but should be joining the team on Saturday against the Swell Park Rangers. And Don Papa is certainly a striker they could use, a big body who can hold up the ball, scoring last year against Nick Raimondo and RSL, so we should see him. But again, there's going to be some quality that comes on in this game here, and FC Tucson's got to be ready for it. Perfect weather we're having here in Tucson, Arizona, day 3 of the Desert Diamond Cup. It's been great fan support. There's been a great environment here. The teams have been very happy. We've had a lot of great feedback. Our whole experience with hosting this event has been tremendous, and we look to continue many years more. Coach Shantz addressing the troops, as is Coach Yallop. And this final 30 minutes should prove to be very exciting. So like I said, Arizona United coming out here. The changes I'm going to get to you as soon as I can. And I can see right now some of the players. Looks like Luke Rooney's coming on. The former Crawley Town man will be playing in the central midfield. It looks like Tony Cassio, number 20, is going to be entering the game, along with Scotty Morrison, probably at the left back position. Caleb Scott looks like he's coming in at the right back position. Alongside Brock Granger. Looks like Julian Ringoff will be coming in to play center back, although I'll have to confirm that for you. And any other changes, as soon as I get them, they'll be released to you guys as quickly as possible. Carl Wozinski, okay? Wozinski, excuse me. Carl Wozinski, the star goalkeeper for Arizona United, will enter the game as well. Wozinski, just tremendous in his inaugural season for Arizona United last year, turning away a record number of shots for them. So entering the game for Arizona United again, number 7, Jamel Cox, former Burlingame Dragon man, former Sounders youth product. Tony Cassio, as we talked about, he'll enter in that left attacking position. Blair Gavin will play in the center midfield alongside of the former Crawley Town man, Luke Rooney. It looks like Miguel Tim will be joining and this is really a lot closer in the attacking side to what you might be seeing as a starting lineup, potentially minus Chiva Cuevas. But you can't be too sure as well. I mean, Frank Yallop has got to look at the entire squad and evaluate what's going to be the most effective lineup for him going forward into the season. And remember, Arizona United is just beginning their preseason. There's a lot of time for them to work out some of the kinks and some of the lineup choices. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background, but it's very distracting. I will attempt to maintain whatever semblance of professionalism I've had so far during this stream broadcast. And it seems like the Diplo humor is coming out, as we know. Diplo,
little known fact.
yeah,
That Diplo.
well-known DJ, has ownership in the Arizona United team, excuse me. And ball played across here to Scotty Morrison, who lays another 2 hospital balls in a row, and Carlos Ladder gets control, and Edgar Reyna looks to play forward early to Minvu.
That's the kind of 50-50 ball Lara just loves, isn't it, John? Just win that ball right in the middle.
Absolutely. If he can load up on you, he's probably going to do that in as legal a fashion as possible. Julian Ringhoff is the other center back now, next to Brock Ranger, replacing the starter Tommy Williams. Again, Scotty Morrison at the left back. Looks like Miguel Tim will be playing that DCM role alongside of, and probably just a single DCM, as we can expect Blair Gavin and Luke Rooney to be pushed forward further. Up high again, we had the substitute on from the first half, the number 25, Chris Cortez, and then Tony Cassio on the left with Jamel Cox on the right, and Caleb Scott playing the right back. FC Tucson goes as they came off, and will probably finish that way, barring an injury. Cassio combining here with Miguel Tim. These are for Rooney. Rooney tries to slip it in. Connor Bevins able to deal with it. And FC Tucson making a mess out of all of this, but somehow getting the ball clear, only as far as former FC Tucson man Caleb Scott playing in the right back position.
Yeah, I have to give credit to Dickerson there. He was played into a huge amount of potential trouble.
Absolutely.
He managed to extricate himself
Yes.
quite nicely.
Again, the footwork has been tremendous in the most difficult of situations for him. Some of the easy stuff I'm sure he's going to wish he's done better with. But again, only 1 goal conceded and a number of excellent saves from the former Cal State Dominguez man. Dickerson played for Kongsvinger in Norway, and in the preseason game defeated Bob Bradley Stabæk side, and that included a PK save. A little trivia for you there. So Marcus played in Norway in that second division with a victory over Bob Bradley and Stabæk in a preseason game. So goal kick here for FC Tucson. 62nd minute here in beautiful Tucson, Arizona. Kino Grandstand Stadium. Fans are starting to come in here as they get out of their jobs and their other positions. Early start today, quadruple header on the map, and it should be a great night of soccer here. You got to get down here if you're not down here yet. If you're streaming this from work, I understand that, but after that, it should be soccer and cold beverages for you after, shouldn't it, James? Kulikov. A good turn there by Lara. And that's the extra touch that's been killing Lara every single time.
Yeah.
Makes a great turn out of that, James, and then what?
Exactly, makes a great turn and then just doesn't have his head up, isn't thinking ahead to try to find that outlet ball.
And Reyna, that's too easy for an old pro like Cassio. A free kick for FC Tucson. It looks like Nick Edgington stepping up to take it. So it's been the tournament of draws so far, and right now we're looking at the potential of one, although I feel like there's another goal in this game. And Alejandro Gonzalez comes on for FC Tucson, the former Pima man.
Yeah, and that's a
This is
dangerous
big
giveaway
trouble
there,
here.
and this is
3v1 if they
big
can
trouble.
Make it happen. And Gavin should have taken that extra touch there because it was allowed FC Tucson to recover. But it doesn't matter, as Cortez, the substitute, heads it home.
Yeah, as you mentioned, John, too much dwelling on the ball by the FC Tucson players, whether it's Lara, the center backs, directly led to that quick transition.
Yeah, and it's really disappointing because it was unnecessary in every way, shape, and form. And Coach Shantz, as he prepares for Saturday, will, be imparting these lessons. He's not expecting the most intricate play out of the back in those situations, especially with them not knowing each other that well. And, FC Tucson really just punished themselves there. But again, a class ball and a class finish. credit should be given to both Gavin and Cortez because the quality on the ball, the quality in the finish was there.
Oh, that's absolutely correct. Quickly pounced on the ball, moved it down the left flank, got very dangerous service into the middle, and it was nicely tucked away.
And just as soon as I say it's the tournament of draws, and this is not going to end up in a draw, I am again either the curse of the announcer or, oh, and the ball's turned over here dangerously. Good ball here. It's an opportunity. Cox wins the ball off of Ryan Morris there. Morris got caught in possession again. A recurring theme here for FC Tucson.
Yeah.
Ball controlled by Arizona United. Luke Rooney looking to ping balls. And it's a good service here, but a good read by Nick Edgington, who's really just doing some weird things out there. Looked like he could have cleared that earlier, passed out of that situation, and sort of bent his back and nothing happened.
Yeah, it looked like he could have cleared it. Then it looked like he decided to try to let the ball run out of play for a goal kick, realizing that it wasn't moving quite fast enough. He then tried to awkwardly clear it. So Edgington's going to need to settle down.
Tim, the South African, plays it in. Rooney turns. Gavin turns. Plays wide to Scotty Morrison. There's a strong left peg with an inside underlapping run. Back through Gavin. Casio, a good turn on Reyna there. Good ball through here to Scotty Morrison with a deadly left peg here. Picks out his striker, Cortez, and another great finish.
Yeah, much too easy, John. Cortez with tons of time and just goes for placement rather than power and tucks it away, side netting.
Absolutely, and it's a second straight quality finish, and he has certainly shown some quality here in his debut for Arizona United. A quality finish there, and again, it starts with the turn by Casio. He turned Edgar Reyna very easily. Scotty Morrison gets on the back of a good weighted ball, takes a prep touch. Thank you very much for coming there, and it was a really, really good sequence for Arizona United. So they've responded here coming out of the half, or the third, I should say, with a lot of energy and a lot of quality.
Yeah, John, and what looked like a tight contest has now become a comfortable lead for Arizona, particularly with the possession that they've been demonstrating.
Yeah. Well, again, Alejandro Gonzalez, it's a very, very young central midfield now with Gonzalez and Heredia. I mean, Caleb Scott controls, finds Gavin. Out to Ringhoff, the former USD man, former Rochester Rhinos man. Tim, the South African, on the ball. Good little sets of combinations here, Rooney. And right now, Arizona United starting to feel the flow here. Moving through FC Tucson with a bit of ease. Casio controls. Out to Rooney. Rooney finds Caleb Scott. Scott facing up. Finds Cox. United really doesn't have to do much here but keep the ball and find their rhythm, do they?
Yeah, and they're doing that nicely, John. A lot of good movement off the ball by Arizona.
Good step there. Looks like he might have come up a bit gimpy from that touch. Ready back to Reyna, to Vu. Tough touch there, and Vu clipped by Morrison. Ball back through Edgington. Sean Keith, and we haven't called his name a lot here. Sean Keith finding Lara. Lara finding Gonzalez. Gonzalez, Lara, tough touch. Lara goes in strong, he had to.
And he comes out the worst off for it, John.
Absolutely. And that's Alejandro Gonzalez being no friend to him there. This has just got to go back here from Edgington. And yeah, that you can just see.
Probably a wise stoppage of play. Lara went in for that challenge after he had that heavy touch and probably did his ankle.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this certainly looks more serious than it first appeared, John.
Yeah,
Lara looked like he was trying to shake it off.
yeah, it's
Now he's
this
on the
is-
ground writhing in pain.
Yeah, it's particularly unfortunate here. Again, the decision making a bit slow. Square ball there. Lara had to force himself to make the tackle to avoid the counterattack and pay the full price. So 3-1 here. Recapping, first goal of the game scored by Arizona United. Gibson Bardsley. FC Tucson countered with a response from their wide player, Connor Bevins. And then 2 goals by the substitute here in the final 30 minutes, which has just been all Arizona United by Chris Cortez. And right now, Carlos Lara, DCM for FC Tucson, being checked out by training staff. Lara gets up. He makes his way off. Be interesting to see who Rick Shantz uses here for the change. Looks like it's going to be Dominic Iovino. I understand we might be having some technical difficulties with my partner, James Parsons, here. I want to reiterate to the fan base that I am not talking to my imaginary friend. I actually have a co-host. His name is James Parsons. He's a real human being. So just for all the people who know me out there who think that I'm starting to lose it, I'm not, and we're just having some technical difficulties. Sean Keith looking to track and kicks it high but not far. Alejandro Gonzalez looking to control, but unable to. And the ball's dropped there to Carlos Cortez. Cortez finds Blair Gavin. And already a foul by Gavin. Gavin plays it away. So the former New York Tech player, Dominic Iovino, the former SC Del Sol 93 player, Phoenix product, enters the match here. And Sean Keith drives a beautiful switch there. A good touch here from Ruben Torres, the youngster from FC Tucson's youth system. Only 18 years old, the CDO Dorado product enters the game, and Rick Shantz is trying to give some opportunities to players to see what he has going forward against Swope here. Morrison switches across. 74th minute here. It is preseason, so I can't imagine there's going to be much injury time or Coach Shantz or Coach Yaub requesting it. Having control all the way back to Carl Wazinski. And again, down the left side goes Casio. And a good recovery there by Sean Keith. Going as far as Casio. Casio looking to get out, but it's stolen from him. From behind there. It looks like a foul has been called.
Yeah, that was a good recovery by Keith, John, because it
Yeah,
looked
it
like
looks
the
like
ball
another
had evaded
substitute.
the center back.
22, Luis Arias, another Tucson youth product. And Rick Shantz is obviously saying, hey, let's see what the kids can do, James. Headed away by ring off as far as Luis Arias. Off under, pings it out. The good win by Gonzalez.
Good pressure up the
He
field
just
by
can't
FC
get the
Tucson.
touch he
Yeah.
wants on it.
Yeah, it was good pressure up the field by FC Tucson to force that errant pass, but they just can't keep possession.
Defending a bit higher here. Wilkoff, and also, as well, the substitute coming into the game for FC Tucson, defender Mac Merchant. Scottsdale Blackhawk product. Chandler Gilbert as well. Plays for the U of A club team now, finishing up his studies at U of A. Has been a stalwart center back. Good job by Gonzalez.
Well won by Gonzalez, yes.
Arias with a soft poor touch. Arias plays back. That's the job done. And FC Tucson, none too impressed here to play the ball out of bounds for Tim. Good little combination here. Alejandro Gonzalez. This is a nice sequence from FC Tucson.
No, I'd agree. This is probably the best link-up play from FC Tucson thus far, John. Let's see if they can turn it into something meaningful here.
Good feed by Vu. He's so skillful. Back through Gonzalez. This has really been a great sequence for them. Edgington controls. Arias, the youngster, and gives it away. Good defending again by FC Tucson. Caleb Scott gives it away on Sean Keith. Entry ball flicked outside. Dominic Iovino under control here.
Yeah, Arizona United not impressed with the leniency of this referee, John.
Not at all.
And that's often what happens.
Absolutely. That's a decision made there. Tim has recovered and is moving okay now. Mac Merchant controls, plays all the way back. Dickerson, who plays a tough ball there, and the counters on through Javel Cox. Merchant does a good job of stepping in there. Good combination play, but Gonzalez in the right place at the right time. Good feed there by Heredia. Luis Arias goes long.
That's a very good ball by Arias.
Vu!
Oh.
Vu just wide. It looked like a strange ball when Arias first took it. Was actually an excellent ball and a good early touch from the youngster.
Yeah, outside of the foot touch by Arias. Hit over the top into space to the on-running Vu. It ended up being a nice play.
Good touch there. Quality from Luke Rooney. And Blair Gavin looks to switch to Caleb Scott. Scott controls, looks upfield, doesn't see what he likes, and finally finds it. Rooney fouled there by Alejandro Gonzalez. Good ball here by Rooney. Rooney sprays such a good ball. Oh, well, good bit of skill here by Tony Cassio. Cassio dribbles out of bounds. Well handled by Ruben Torres. Ruben Torres, 18 years old, one of the top prospects out of FC Tucson system. Heading off to college in the fall. I'm not sure that he's decided yet, but we feel like he's going to be an impactful player for our PDL team for years to come. And the future is now, it looks like, tonight against Arizona United. So far, so good, James. Good driven ball there. Dickerson. Arias looks to flick on. Controlled by Scotty Morrison, but only as far as Ruben Torres does a great job there of chopping and finding Angel Heredia. The bandy leg Torres, good job switching here. On Sean Keith. Keith steps through, easy, a little too easy. Good. And a number of, the foul count is rising.
Yes, it is.
We enter the 80th minute here at Kino Grandstand Stadium. 3-1 Arizona United. 2 late goals by the substitute and looks to be hero tonight. Number 25, Chris Cortez.
Yeah, Cortez probably the early candidate for, and late candidate for man of the match, I would say, John.
That's right. Wazinski, Heredia. Great touch here by Rooney. Rooney showing his class in the middle here. And they play behind again. There's his Chris Cortez again. Cortez with an early ball floated in, but Mac Merchant handles that well. But only as far as Rooney.
Rooney with an opportunity here.
Though. Driven forward here towards Arias. Arias' aerial game at 5'0" and 100 might not be his strength here. I think at this point, you know, it's got to be towards Vu.
And again, the
Veteran.
ball just coming to almost a dead
That's
stop
right.
for
And
FC
Edgington,
Tucson.
a little more skill than
Edgington
I
trying to
think
come
anyone
out of
would
the.
like him to show. And
Oh, and he
he's
actually hits
onside here.
it. Quite a good
Onside,
ball.
onside. This is a break here. Scott, great ball cross. All the way out to Sean Keith.
Time for Sean Keith, 2v2 here. Sean Keith tries to go himself.
And draws the foul on Caleb Scott.
Yeah, good work by Keith, as we hear from the crowd, but perhaps he gets bailed out by the ref. It looked like he just played the ball forward, probably was going out of bounds.
And that
But he
attack
gets-
started when you have players that haven't played together. Caleb Scott stepping. Julian Ringhoff is holding his line a little bit deeper. And in between there, you have a very successful run by number 25, Ryan Morris. Morris on the ball, the Montclair State player. Looking
FC
at
Tucson's had some success playing the ball right on Mitchell's doorstep, John. What do you think they'll do here? Do the same thing?
Well, he's done a good job on a couple of the near post balls here. We'll see where this ends up. It's a great ball in. A little too far, but that was a really good quality ball there from Ryan Morris.
And I think that was Chris Cortez doing his part on the defensive end as well. So he's really been all over the field, John.
Yeah, Cortez has truly been a presence this entire final third, and in the middle third, he started to assert himself as well. Angel Heredia on this ball, whipping a ball, looking for the far post.
Good ball to the back post, Edgington. Ball still in play.
All as far as Minvu. Minvu stroking it, and oh, a little bit too heavy there. And again, for all the possession that Arizona has had, the chances they've had, FC Tucson would have to say that one goal is a little bit less than they could have had tonight.
No, I'd agree that perhaps the quality of play from FC Tucson hasn't been quite as good as Arizona United, but they have generated chances. They'll be disappointed. They are down by 2 goals.
Rooney interplay with Granger, good. Rooney, nice ball in here to Jamel Cox. And a good overlap. Caleb Scott, as fast as they come, as FC Tucson knows all too well. Good service, near post, and Cortez, a huge presence. A little Diego Costa-like, if you will. He's quite a big body over there.
Yeah, and that, as you said, that was a great overlapping run by Caleb Scott. Has the liberty to do that, certainly with the 2-goal lead.
For the cheap giveaway, and this is trouble. Great save there by Dickerson. You see his quality as a shot stopper.
Yeah, great hand by Dickerson to parry that to his right. Parry it out of trouble as well, not back into the path of any oncoming players.
You don't want to give Rooney too many of those chances, and Rooney's going to get this corner kick. And from what I saw against Swope Park, he serves a devastating ball.
Looking for that back, that 22. Here he
A
is.
good win there by Mac Merchant. All the way out as far as Caleb Scott. Gets there quickly and finds Carl. Wazinski, who hasn't really been tested since he's been in there other than on the scramble in front and a few crosses. Scott. Oh, and that should have been won there by Avino. But Scotty Morrison, who has found himself in a central position there, able to deal with it. Tim with the ball, South African. Finds Rooney, who flicks in the wrong direction.
Really impressive movement, however, from Rooney out of the middle. Just couldn't quite link up with his striker.
Torres on the ball. Good service there to Gonzalez, but Gonzalez, first touch was poor. Looking to work through it. If that's a foul, it is absolutely a bizarre decision there.
Yeah, it looked like Granger won that ball fair and square.
That
It's
was
tough
as
to tell
clean as
what
they
the,
come,
what
as
the
they
ref
say.
is seeing there, John, and it looks like he's calling Granger back, perhaps. A little
think
too
the-
much dissent for
Yeah.
the ref's liking. Now Rooney's nipping at him.
Two more sub on the docket here for FC Tucson. Rick Sean seeing no reason not to clear the bench and give everyone an opportunity. Subbing the sub, as they say here, but a good performance and an assist for number 25, Ryan Morris, who acquitted himself well on the wide position, James. Also coming off Min Vu, who played all but this final 4 minutes and did a good job as well.
Yeah, Min Vu did a
Service
very
by
good
Heredia
job.
here. Flick back, lands a Merchant. Merchant wisely lets it go for a corner.
Yeah, smart decision by Merchant.
Center
He
backs
understands
on
it.
their left peg when they're right-footed. Probably not the best situation. Another corner allows us to get the bodies in there. And the big body right now is Nick Edgington. He has to be the one who finishes this job. Or a good quick near post ball here. And a long, hard, wide service. Good challenge by Edgington. It goes to Rooney, and United looking to break. And Rooney gives it away. Torres on the right side, and again, good ball there for Heredia. He's just got such quality. And number 2, the youngster from FC Tucson there, giving the ball away a little bit cheaply. I'll have to get a name on that when I can. Good ball into Tim. Tim turns. Covers in a good challenge there by Ruin Torres. Scotty Morrison controls, but out of bounds. 87th minute here at Kino North Stadium, FC Tucson against Arizona United. Good win there. Tucson unable to get a hold of this ball. And finally, Alejandro Gonzalez does. Finding Sean
and
Keith.
Keith will look to swing it wide here.
Oh,
lucky
look what I
Karam.
found. Finds Dominic Iovino running in, holding Blair Gavin off. Gavin, no call there. Iovino, 3 attempted tackles, and it still ends up at the foot of Sean Keith here. He's going to serve this in. Not a bad ball at all, but cleared away by Ringoff. And again, straight out to Ruben Torres. Who does work.
Brilliant footwork by Torres to get himself out of trouble. FC Tucson keeping good
Arias
possession here.
looking to whip it in here. This is a very youngster-laden lineup here. And good win by Mac Merchant, who's done an excellent job coming in here at the center back for Yuri Kulikov, James.
No, I'd agree. Merchant has done a good job partnering with Edgington.
Torres plays underneath Arias.
Again, Arias
Not showing
dwelling
up.
on the ball, and here we have a
Looks like a
quick
5v2
counter,
here.
5v2, 4v2.
And Arizona United had to have done better with that.
Yeah, I can't. Chris
Minute left
Cortez.
here.
Chris Cortez hasn't put a foot wrong tonight for the most part, but that certainly was.
Is he our MOTM? Man of the match?
I think he'd have to
I think
be.
he has to be.
Even before that, that poor effort there on the.
But some
on the
youngsters
post.
getting a great experience out here to be part of the Desert Diamond Cup. But I think Coach Schott's a classy move on his part. He knows they weren't going to recover the 2 goals. Some players have to rest for Saturday. It's not about the result here. It's about people getting experiences. And I'll tell you, the referee has been a bit friendly to FC Tucson in these final 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was a situation, again, we've said it all afternoon, dwelling on the ball, turning too often, not getting the ball out of your feet by FC Tucson player, and
FC
could have been
Tucson not having
costly.
the movement off the ball they'd like here again. Just trying to play out the spell here. Already a good job here. And that's going to do it here at Kino Grandstand. Final score, Arizona United 3, FC Tucson 1. A good, exciting match with goals all around. Our first 4 goals here on the grandstand since I've been calling matches. James, final thoughts?
The first two 30-minute periods were pretty exciting. Started off a little slow for both teams. We were lucky to have a 1-1 game going into that third. Arizona United just proved to have a little bit too much quality for FC Tucson, a little too much composure, and Cortez was a big difference maker.
Yes, and so good result here for Arizona United. The preseason still undefeated. 0-0 game against Swope, a 3-1 victory here today. And United will finish the tournament against one of the MLS teams and really be able to test their first group and see what they're made of. But again, great day of soccer here. Hopefully Carlos Lara is okay, as is Yuri Kulikov, so they can come back out. And, you know, both teams, I think, will be able to accomplish some work, which they need during this time of the season. So for James Parsons, I'm John Perlman, and we hope to see you soon, and make sure that you guys are supporting both your Arizona teams moving forward as they head into their regular seasons. Thank you.
Thank you.